have a very special guest to talk about the start of the college basketball season in her 12th season as commissioner of the Big East, Val Ackerman. Val, thank you for joining the pod.
Great to be here, Austin.
All right, I'm going to start broad just with college basketball. What is the state of college basketball as you see it right now?
Well, it's a sector that's going through a lot of change. I think, as everybody knows, we've got great history, great tradition. The NCAA tournament, in my judgment, is one of the most exciting events in sports. And I think will continue to be just that for many years to come. But we're in a time of transformation with respect to name, image, and likeness and the opportunities now available to basketball players, with respect to the ability of players to transfer. Obviously, the transfer portal has upended rosters in some important ways. And we're now all dealing with the prospect of revenue sharing going forward. And so I think there's a lot of unanswered questions about what this is all going to mean for college basketball as we head into the future. We're trying to set our sights more directly on this upcoming season. We've got a defending two-time national champion in UConn. We've got just a continuing sense of commitment by Big East schools across the board with respect to basketball, which has been our calling card really for the last 45 years. And so I think for the season for the Big East, it should be very exciting with a lot of great games. And hopefully by the end of the season, we're going to have a chance to bring another national championship back to the conference.
And you have arguably, on the men's or women's side, the highest profile player in Paige Bueckers. How important is it having somebody like that in the fold of the Big East?
Well, Paige has been a star, really, her adult life as it relates to basketball. She came in as a very highly anticipated freshman. I've lost track with COVID years, 5 or 6 years ago. She's really one of the great superstars of the game today. I think this will be her kind of coming out year. She's coming off of injuries. She has been set back a bit the last few years, but from all reports, she's healthy and ready to go. And I think the same can be said for the rest of UConn's team. They've had quite a few injuries over the last few years. So I think she'll be the player to watch, at least among them this year in women's college basketball. And she's got her coach, Gino Auriemma, now celebrating his 40th year.
Oh, wow.
At UConn, which is
I've known nobody else at the helm there.
He's just done an amazing job, really greatest of all time quality coaches. So that's definitely a team to keep your eye on this year.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to that matchup. UConn women's against USC, Juju Watkins and Paige. I believe it's in December. It's going to have a very high profile window opposite an NFL game. Probably going to be a really big number, one of the biggest men's or women's of the regular season. So that's something I'm paying attention to for sure.
Yeah, we too. And I just want to nod our head to Fox as well, who's given some really amazing exposure for women's basketball last year, this year, and looking ahead as well.
One of the biggest pieces of business that got done in the offseason for the Big East, a new media rights deal that's going to take effect in the 25-26 season. That'll be with the incumbent Fox. You also have NBC and TNT. How important was it getting that deal done?
Very important, Austin. I mean, it was really an accomplishment, I think, for us to cut a successor deal to our existing arrangement, which has one more year to run. This is year 12 of a deal that was struck in 2013, principally with Fox. CBS as a sub-licensee. We're very happy that we're going to be in business not only with Fox, but also with NBC Peacock and TNT Sports, as you noted. Peacock is actually going to get a head start on the package with a package of men's basketball games this season that'll be airing on that platform. We know we're in great company, particularly coming off the Olympics, when there have been reports of subscription growth, not surprisingly, in the platform, so that can only help us. TNT, of course, has been the longtime carrier of March Madness and has a long history with the NBA, so we know they know basketball. So we're really excited about it in an environment where exposure is so important, visibility, credibility, and of course the revenues that are afforded by a national television agreement are critical to our operation. So we're looking forward to this year with Peacock, and then beyond, starting next year with these three incredible partners.
Now, there's been one more piece of that media pie left to be resolved or left to be solved, however you want to describe it. What would that package be focused on?
We have some rights that weren't part of the primary package that include some men's basketball games that'll probably end up being early season games that aren't going to get picked up by by either Fox, NBC, Peacock, or TNT. We've got some women's basketball games that are part of the secondary package. We have better coverage in the new deal than we have in the existing deal. Better meaning more games that are going to be committed to the networks, but we still have games, conference games that we're looking to place. And then we have Olympic sport contests that'll be part of the secondary package. Our primary team sport events are going to be covered in the primary package. So we're out now looking to place those rights. We think it's exciting content, and certainly for the athletes in those sports and coaches in those sports, we want to see as much exposure as possible. So that's kind of the last thing left on our to-do list.
Val Ackerman, a champion of sports
Wow.
business, longtime commissioner of the Big East. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Thanks, Austin. Great being with you.